In this course, we'll review some of the foundations of category management. At the end, we'll talk in more detail about the course and how you can access the full version. Here are the learning objectives for the fully accredited course. We'll only review pieces of the training, but it will provide you with a strong foundational understanding of the category management process. Many people do work within a category management scope, but have never had the bigger picture perspective explained to them before. That's what this course will provide you with. Let's get started. We'll start by reviewing a standard definition of category management that you can see on the screen. In more simplistic terms, items are managed in a product category as a strategic business unit. And each of these business units has its own strategies and goals and tactics, including product assortment, shelving, pricing, and promotion, that feed into total store strategies and goals. And that's what category management is really all about. There are things that have happened or are currently happening and evolving in the industry that have led to the need for category management. Things are changing at a fast pace. Retailers require more from vendors. New channels and competitors are evolving, and channels are blurring. There are new data sources and technology available, and consumer expectations and needs are increasing. And some things are decreasing. Consumers are less loyal and have less time to shop. Product differentiation has decreased, as has channel differentiation. Ultimately, this has required us to adopt a category management approach. It's the only way to strategically deal with the ever-changing marketplace. Something else that's changing is the selling environment. Relationship was the basis for many of a retailer's decisions, but now fact-based selling plays a tremendous role. Vendors who can add value to retailers and present compelling stories based on data can help drive total category results. The importance is in finding the balance between relationship and fact-based selling. Both are important. Obviously, there have to be benefits for organizations who take a category management approach. These benefits may include increased sales, increased margins, reduced inventory, increased strategic focus on the business, and increased consumer satisfaction. All of these benefits combined can result in great business results, both for retailers and vendors. For those who have practiced category management for many years, there's business risk associated with stopping the practice of category management approaches. There are some basic requirements for moving to a category management approach. First of all, data is required in a consistent and ongoing fashion. Next, organizational alignment is required. You can make some difference at your desk, but in order to fully adopt a category management approach, full immersion in the process is required. A collaborative mindset within your organization is another prerequisite. Think outside the box, work together, and teach each other new ideas and practices. And lastly, some level of automation in your data is required, particularly when trying to scorecard results and assess categories. If your organization doesn't currently have all of these prerequisites in place, realize that category management is an evolutionary process that has to start somewhere. The principles of category management can be applied to almost every category, realizing that the optimal scenario is to have all of these prerequisites. The last thing that you need to do to be successful in category management is be willing to change your perspective, and more importantly, consider other perspectives. Take a look at this picture. All of these people are inspecting this elephant. One important note is that they are all blindfolded. Based on where they're positioned when touching the elephant, they have very different perspectives on what it is they're feeling. This is how many organizations function, both internally and with their external vendors or clients. Not having the right perspective, especially from the customer's point of view, can result in incorrect conclusions and decisions. By clarifying, asking the right questions, and going back to confirm customers' needs, the chances for success in category management increase significantly. Category management grew out of the Japanese total quality movement imported into the United States in the 1980s by companies like Hewlett-Packard and Procter & Gamble. In the early 1990s, the consumer packaged goods industry formed the Efficient Consumer Response Committee, or ECR. Its purpose was to address the multiple process collaboration problems then plaguing the industry across the entire demand and supply operating continuum. This committee determined that the industry needed to focus its problem solving around categories, not brands. Until that time, many buyers and retail organizations were buying by manufacturer or brand. In category management, taking a bigger picture perspective is critical. For vendors, considering the category and the brand perspective is better than solely focusing on brand. And if vendors don't consider the retailer's perspective, they probably won't get very far selling in a self-serving business plan. It's in the best interests of the vendor to consider category and brand perspective jointly rather than focusing on brand value alone. When retailers fail to take into consideration the vendor's category and market knowledge and expertise into their business plan, they're less likely to be successful. Lastly, retailers and vendors have to remember the all-important consumer in each of their decision-making processes. Consumers are the ones who have the final say, and they speak with their wallets. Considering all of the perspectives will help to find the winning formula for both the retailer and the vendor. As we've already discussed, category management is a process and follows a common model with distinct steps. When category management was deployed through the ECR committee, it was deployed as a rigorous 8-step model. This is the most commonly used category management model in North America, developed by the Partnering Group and FMI. While data and software tools have evolved dramatically over the past decades, the model is still very relevant today. We've developed a 4-step process that captures the same elements of the 8-step model, but is easier to use and understand. We'll review each of these steps in detail in the next chapter of this course. We've now given you a glimpse of our certified course on category management overview, which will help your organization align to their definition and approach to category management. Think about the different backgrounds and experience of the people on your team and realize that they will all have different definitions and perspectives. This course will help to align the approach. There are many options for you to choose from if you're interested in purchasing this course. The online course is available for purchase through Our House, which is CMKG's state-of-the-art online training center. If you'd prefer, we can also run a private webinar for up to 200 people for a cost of $3,000, or a live session at a national or team meeting. Or if you're from a larger organization where many people would want to access this course, we can also make the course available for your use within your own internal learning management system. Your choices are limitless. But completing the course may not be enough. The next step to gain alignment in definitions and approach in category management is to create a training plan for your team or organization. The opportunity is to have a common set of courses that become a strategic foundational program based on topics that will create a consistent and aligned approach and understanding across the organization. Next, additional courses should be defined that are common within a specific department so that they increase knowledge in the topic areas most relevant to their department's responsibilities. And finally, curriculum should be refined based on the roles and responsibilities within different roles within the department. If you're looking for more than a course, we can work with you to help you set up a curriculum that achieves all 3 levels of training for your organization. We also have a pre-assessment that individuals in your team or organization can take to help us to identify the biggest areas of opportunity, and also give us the ability to complete a post-assessment to measure return on investment of your training endeavors. So where do you go from here? If you're interested in purchasing the certified course or working with us to help you determine multifunctional training opportunities for your organization that will ultimately lead to an aligned approach to category management and data analysis across your organization or team, please contact us. We don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach, and we'll consult with you to ensure that what we deliver meets your specific needs and business issues. We hope to hear from you soon. Have an excellent day.